Tim, welcome to the show once again. Thank you so much for joining me. You're on location, so your audio is going to be a little screwed up. Go ahead and say hi to the audience for us, though.
Yeah, I'm on location, down on a film set, and just gonna bring my audio equipment. So, yeah, it's gonna be a little weird.
Oh, that's no big deal. Thank you so much for joining us. In the meantime, though, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and check out our awesome intro music. Tim, go ahead and cue us in.
Here's the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week we've got, news, rumors. We're still not going over G1 Supercard because I haven't watched it yet. It's okay. Don't judge me for it.
So, Adam, after today, because you have not watched G1 Supercard, I'm placing an all-out ban on anything New Japan and Ring of Honor until you watch G1 Supercard.
Fine.
But because we have, I'd say today, but we actually have some news we do need to talk about.
So it's for next week's show?
It's next week's show.
Okay. We'll, next week we'll be able to talk about, we'll be able to talk about G1.
If you actually, watch it.
Okay, so my day job today is day 15 in a row. Okay, so
Excuses.
I've been putting in a lot of time.
Excuses. Not allowed.
Anyway, so yes, Tim, we've got some New Japan news right away.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait for Dominion.
Yeah, so, I actually found it funny because when I told you this, you're like, I thought that was fake.
I did? I totally thought it was fake.
Yeah, so it was announced that after Okada successfully defended his IWGP, whatever that belt,
IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
That belt, against, I can't remember who, but we got a video package from the Painmaker.
The Painmaker? Who the heck is the Painmaker?
Chris Jericho.
Yes. Seriously. When I saw this, it wasn't through New Japan. It wasn't through Chris Jericho. It was Chris Jericho doing the black lines, which he did for Naito.
Yep.
And it was a picture of that, and this guy just goes, "Guess who's challenging Okada at Dominion?" And I was like, bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on this. There's no way. And then you come in and it's just like, and I quickly check online. It's like, oh yeah, that's actually happening.
Yep.
I thought it wasn't because of AEW and, their summer schedule before October when the TV show takes off.
Yeah, no, because Jericho, when he signed with AEW, he told Tony Khan, he's like, I want to still work with New Japan because there's matches there I want to have. I want to have a match with Okada. I want to have a match with the man with the most gorgeous hair in New Japan, Tanahashi.
Oh yes, that is some beautiful. I'm like in my head. I'm going, oh God, who? Kanata? No, that's not who it is. Evil? No, definitely it's not evil.
No, Tanahashi, the man with the most gorgeous hair. So, like he said, I still want to do that. So his contract is not necessarily exclusive. So he still wants to work with there. And I love this about Jericho. He basically takes the character, the person he's gonna face, he takes their gimmick and he adds his own spin on it.
Oh yeah.
For Omega, he's the alpha. I don't remember what he necessarily did with Naito though.
He was the guy who was taking everything seriously because Naito wouldn't.
Yeah, so it was like, but he does whatever the opposite of the gimmick the wrestler has. He takes it.
Painmaker.
Okada's the money, the Rainmaker.
Yep.
So he's the Painmaker. And he is challenging for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Dominion, which will be interesting.
I mean, in all honesty, we know that Okada will probably retain it.
Yes.
Jericho has not had a good record in New Japan, so it's what? I think he's got a win over Kenny.
Nope.
No, Kenny won that match.
Yep.
So he's got a win over Naito, and Naito has a win over him.
And he's a win over Evil.
Yes. But outside of like 2 out of what the 5 people he's faced,
Yeah. It would be interesting to see if they actually did put the belt on him.
that would be awesome.
I think that would be a mistake to do.
I do too, because you'll probably with what AEW's been doing with everybody, you'll see that IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which is super prestigious.
Yep.
Not going to bash indie scene at all regarding this, but you would see it at basically any old bingo hall.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that the way that the WWF title was in the US, you didn't see it at any old bingo hall.
No.
You saw it at major events, and that was about it. And I'm actually going back to the WWF
Yeah.
titles. And maybe in the 80s with the WWF title. But once the 90s hit, it was just like, nope, you're only going to see it here.
Yeah.
Or the NWA title.
Yeah.
You didn't see it at any old bingo hall.
No.
It was special bingo halls at the time.
Yes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, they could do a quick. He wins it and then drops it for when the G1 tournament starts in Austin.
In August?
No, and it's the first round.
Austin, Texas?
Yeah, it starts in Austin.
What? Okay, I've been away from the scene for a little longer than I needed to be.
Yeah, the WWE guy knows more about what's going on with New Japan than you do.
I'm sorry. Every once in a while, like, following New Japan, because they do so much work with their entire roster.
Yeah, I know.
That I just kind of filter things and go, that's somebody, that's a mid-card. But the problem is they'll slip in news about other stuff in there. I'm like, oh, God, damn you guys.
Yeah.
Don't bury the lead.
Though I think I'm becoming more of an AEW guy because we'll talk about...
Actually, we can move right into it.
Okay.
So this past week, Chris Jericho, I forget where it was, but he interrupted a match. Just started laying everyone to waste with chair shots.
Oh, yeah.
Until Kenny Omega showed up.
Yes.
Took back over. Kenny did hit a one-wing angel on somebody.
Yeah.
I apologize for not knowing everyone's names in the situation more often. But if you do want to check that out, check out the Being the Elite channel. It's the newest episode went up on Monday. So you can definitely check out the interaction.
You mean today?
But the episode is going out on Tuesday, so I can't control that. That part of it. We can't. Why are you breaking the fourth wall on me, man?
Because I can.
Oh, okay. But through this, Kenny thanking the audience, doing the babyface closing promo after whatever, used his good luck and good night, or goodbye and good night, bang, his old clothes
from the Bullet
Club, and he still had the finger gun to the 5 that he always did, which was I was just like, oh, is this maybe a little hint that there might be a Bullet Club influence in AEW?
It's possible.
And with Jericho having a match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, is there a, even if it's a handshake deal, is there a handshake deal between New Japan and AEW that they may be able to share some talent, which would open the door to New Japan getting Kenny Omega back over there, because he was one of their biggest draws for 3 straight years.
Yeah, and and they still want to work with him.
Yeah, I mean, they honestly, who wouldn't want to work with Kenny Omega at this point?
So it's one of those things where it's like they didn't want to work with AEW because of, well, they're not a proven track record yet.
True,
which makes sense. It's a bit. It's
a lot of what they've been doing, and especially their YouTube promos, the series Road to Double or Nothing, which really has been just TV promos that would have been going on between matches to hype up Double or Nothing. They're just like, no, we can put it directly to the internet.
Yeah.
Like for me, I watch Being the Elite every Monday. Well, I saw that it went up this afternoon, and I was like, okay, when I get home, I'll check it out. I checked it out at 3:45, 15,000 views on it already.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so there is a definitive fan base here.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's not a surprise.
like seeing within, you know, even on small indie channels on YouTube, seeing something hit 15,000 within a couple of hours is a great thing. I mean, our channel, I'm lucky if I'm seeing 50 plays on a single show after a month. Except for that one that we did the news about AEW. That one hit 100 in like 1 week.
Wow.
It is since January, I think there have been about 15 plays of it since.
Yeah. Well, it's old news. That's why.
Exactly. But I mean, dude, some of our Writers Mindscape stuff
Yeah.
has been getting plays recently.
Oh, nice.
Weird thing, especially the one about religion. Consistently over the past like 5 days, I've seen one play added.
Really?
I'm just like, so that got another play?
Interesting.
The next morning, so that got another play? Really? I mean, okay, all right.
Yeah. The one thing about AEW, they know how to use the social media. They've
That's how. First of all, that's how the Young Bucks built up themselves.
Yeah.
As a group, and then built up all the people around them.
Yep.
So, how long before we see Flip Gordon over in AEW?
When his contract with Ring of Honor ends.
Probably.
If we don't get a Ring of Honor AEW working relationship.
I would probably see an official something between Ring of Honor, New Japan, and AEW, probably later in 2020. Once the TV show, you know,
Oh yeah.
Tuesday Night Dynamite has been going for a while.
That better not be the name of the show.
You know what? I actually like it.
I hate it.
I-
It's dumb.
I like it.
It's dumb. Please come up with a better name.
I'm running a promotion right now, and our show is called Slammin' Saturdays.
And that's also stupid.
Yeah, it's great for us. New England Wrestling Alliance Cup. It's be coming to you in the next couple of weeks. We've got, I believe it's about, we're about a month away. We're about a month away from the premiere, where the premiere is the starting of our heavyweight championship tournament. It's the Northeast Atlantic Coast Championship.
You changed the name of the company to
Well,
Northeast Western because
we were told by our money people that the promotion being called Northeast Atlantic Coast Championship Wrestling was going to be too much to put like on a banner and stuff. So we changed it to the New England Wrestling Alliance. It's NUA.
Yeah, that sounds so much better than Matt not being able to say it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that and my commentary co-host, he had trouble with it, so we shortened it right down. Except for the championship belt, that's still the Northeast Atlantic Coast Championship.
Well, when you don't have that much money and you've already made the belt, you kind of stuck.
Kind of got it. I mean, we were able to cover up the W at the end. It's duct tape, but whatever.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. But like, the rumor mill going around is that like New Japan may go with a relationship with AEW before the TV even starts, just because.
I mean, we've got Double or Nothing, the Fighter Festival, Fight for the Fallen,
Yep.
And then All In. There are 4 major shows before we get into the TV product.
Yeah. So, but the reason why the rumor was because they lost such a big part of their talent. The Young Bucks, Cody.
Yep.
You know, Cody wasn't as big in New Japan as he was in Ring of Honor.
He's still a major part.
He was still part of the storylines there.
/ the Elite.
And then you had like Kenny, like all that. You just lost them. Hangman Page.
Yep.
Gone.
Yeah.
So, and you're looking at tickets for going around this for U.S. market. They're not doing so well on their talent.
Do have to say, luckily, Tama Tonga is trying his hardest to fill in that gap, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
feel good about talking about him now, because next week you're not going to be allowed to.
No. But yes, his rivalry.
Sure.
With What Culture Wrestling is still very much alive and well. By the way, I love it on Twitter. I absolutely love it on Twitter because most of the shots back and forth are Tama and Simon Miller, which Simon's a wrestler.
Yeah.
He has been cleared to get back in the ring.
That's
he
good.
just recently had his first match back. And he's just like, dude, I feel great.
That's good.
And him and Tama Tonga going back and forth, being like, Simon was just like, anytime, anywhere, you name the location, we'll go at it. In the ring, let's do this. Tama's like, oh, well, I do more tag team stuff. Find a partner and we'll talk. Phil Chambers, ladies and gentlemen, little tiny Phil Chambers, massive beard and all, has stepped up and is more than willing to be Simon Miller's tag team partner to face the Gorillas of Destiny with Haku in their corner. Sweet Jesus. That's 2.5 men, because Simon Miller is 2, versus 67. Haku always counts for 50.
Maybe we should start our feud with Tama Tonga.
Nah, no.
And when I say,
I'm afraid of Haku more than anything else.
When I say we, I mean you.
Oh, and bad luck fail. Those two dudes alone. Well, first of all, bad luck fail. I'd just be like, dude, aren't you supposed to be a big teddy bear? Come on. He's like, I'm gonna kick you in the face. I'm like, you want a drink? Beer. Here you go. No. Actually, because of what I go through on a daily basis at work, I think actually I may be able to stand up to Haku and be like, go ahead and hit me. Hits me and be like, that was your hit? The reason, those are 2-week-old bruises.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I dare you to challenge
actually,
Tama to let him slap you.
I want it. I want to test my mettle with that. I want to get a chop. Okay, any of our fans out there listening right now, if you have a friend who's a professional wrestler, I don't care what level they're at, I would love to take a chop from them. I will be wearing a t-shirt because I do not let my man boobs flap around. But I'm willing to take the chop. I want to see if... basically, my challenge out there right now is I want someone to knock me to my knees with a chop. I want Walter. I want a Walter level chop. By the way, did you see the chop from NXT UK?
No, I haven't seen it.
I forget what...
You told me about it.
But he lays the guy out with one chop. And it looks like it's an offhand... did not lean into it. It looks more like just stop for a second. Back off.
He's swatting a fly away.
Yeah. It was just like smack. And the guy just drops to his knees. I was like, oh, that did not look good. But I want to take one of those.
So get on Twitter and start tweeting out wrestlers.
Okay.
Tell
the first one though, I oddly enough, I want to do this in all fun. I want to start a Twitter war with Joey Ryan. I want to, and I want to end up challenging him to a mustache versus goatee match.
No,
if whoever loses has to shave.
You just wanna get in the ring with him so he can give you a dick pic. I mean, dick flex.
No, actually, I just want to be in the ring. The last time I was ever in a ring was in a backyard, and I hurt myself. Well, it was a suplex, and the other guy did not jump. Okay,
so he hurt you because he didn't give you your weight.
I tried to lift a 210-pound person in a suplex, dead,
and he didn't give you his weight.
Nope. So yeah, lower back kind of hurt that time, but I feel like if I do a little workout, I could probably get in enough shape to get in the ring and get beat up. What? I know my job. Yeah. I am totally a jobber.
You're a lower jobber.
What? Heath Slater?
No. Not even that.
Heath Slater would beat me.
You're the guy.
Ray Young would beat me.
You're the guy in Impact the ref who broke his ankle, counting a pinfall.
That was WWE.
No, that was Impact.
Oh yeah, he broke it while going for the pinfall. WWE, he broke his earlier in the match and finished the match with a broken leg.
Yeah. You're the guy who basically touches them, gets bumped, and everything breaks.
Well, yeah. That's... Do we not know this about me?
You're worse than a ref.
I wish. I am Michael Cole.
You're not even Michael Cole. You're below Michael Cole.
Ah, come on! Anyway.
I'm trying to think of someone. You're to the point where if Leo Rush huffed at you, you'd fall down.
No. Not him.
That's just because he's small.
I'm not Mustafa Ali. Oh, all right. Time to move on. Time to move on to something else. Not making fun of me. Even though, yes, once again, go ahead and contact your friends. Let them know I'm willing to take a chop. I'm not going to get... Not a real... You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Like...
You gonna edit that part out so you don't sound like a bumbling idiot?
No, it stays. We do this in one take. This is one take.
True.
What do you want to get on to next?
What do we have left?
Well, everything, literally.
I don't remember what's on the list, so...
Oh, okay. Conan, Disco Inferno.
Okay, we can do that one.
Yeah.
So, I was listening to an old podcast with Disco Inferno, someone else, and then Conan, and they were arguing over if AEW is going to be successful or not. I think this is about a few months old, like back in February or something like that.
Well, I mean, 1 month in, of course, that was going to be the talk.
Maybe it was that. Maybe it was March. It's another one, but still, I saw it, and I just couldn't believe the stupidity of Disco Inferno.
Oh, why? What did he say?
He tries to make an argument that even though AAA and AEW have
a shared contract,
they have a working relationship, so they can use talent on each other's shows.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Conan, let me just ask you this, because he was so sure of himself in this argument. He's like, AAA is not going to get AAA giving the AEW creative control over their guys when they're wrestling for AEW, and he's just so sure of it, and they're like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah. I mean, I'm the booker for AAA, so I mean, I'll be in the conversations when they're using our guys, and or they'll let me know what the plans are, what they want to do with it. But they'll have control because it's their show.
Yeah.
It's a working relationship. We'll do the same thing. Like and he's just like, and Conan completely calm this entire time when Disco's like yelling at him.
This is what we do.
Disco and the other guy got into it for a little while, and Disco, every time anyone else was trying to actually make a good comment, he started to pull the Fox News element.
Oh, the talk over your opponent until they
Yes.
can't, until they're not able to talk anything. I mean, Tim, that's a really great idea, but you're completely wrong, and I don't understand. There is no way that you need to compare these things like this, okay?
Yes, I do. But
No,
anyway,
you don't need to.
the only
You're an idiot.
And let me just put it this way: I don't mean to say Fox News. I just say it because Fox News is really well known to do this.
It's a cable TV
Everyone,
news thing.
on both sides of the aisle, do this if they're they don't understand. They think they have someone, and then they get surprised. They'll talk over the other person.
Yep.
It's done on both sides of the aisle. So I'm not trying to make it political. It's just people
It
know.
happens on that.
People just know it more for Fox News. That's
Yeah.
the only reason why I'm saying it. But he does that, and Conan's just like, yeah, and it's just like, and you can just hear like he goes on like for a while, like this random stuff, like trying to cover up for like he thought he had this, and the whole actually the title was actually kind of wrong because it didn't really talk about them being successful. It's about this one art. The part I listened to was only about this.
I mean, now, like, Conan could have just been like, well, yeah, I mean, we're going to be booking the Young Bucks to win and our own tag team to lose because AEW is going to be doing something with them later on.
Yeah. I was like, because we're working, why wouldn't we do cross storylines?
And plus, it gets the AAA name on people's lips in the US.
Yes.
So, I mean, quite a while ago, what was it, AAA Mania or Triple Mania?
Yeah, it's Triple Mania.
Where I've made fun of it in the past as kind of a botch. It's a house of botch. At the same time, though, most of those are the matches that are, special guest matches like WWE has. And if you watch special guest matches, usually somebody's botching something.
Oh, yeah.
Only this time it's a U.S. wrestler, Jeff Jarrett, who gets drunk before the show, Jeff Jarrett, and then botches a whole bunch of things during the match because he's drunk, Jeff Jarrett. Or you have a commentator from the U.S. who doesn't understand how cues are supposed to work, Vampiro, and then stands at the announcer's desk calling for his music to kick on, Vampiro. Seriously. But like overall, like typically it's Triple Mania is their WrestleMania. It's huge.
Yeah. To think that AEW is just going to be like, come in and call these people and then just destroy their talent, make them look like stupid. No. WWE would do something like that.
WWE, because they have to show that their homegrown talent is better than anybody else's.
Yes.
While AEW goes, no, everyone's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Everyone's already on the same level.
Everyone's a wrestler, but also it's like, we love wrestling. We want to bring good wrestlers to you. It's why they have an agreement with the one from Japan.
Yes, OWE.
Yes, well, and they just announced who CIMA's bringing for the triple threat match. I don't remember the names, but
neither do I. But it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to seeing SCU versus OWE.
Yeah.
Or sorry, it's the Strong Hearts.
So it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, yes, if you're on an AEW show, AEW should have the creative control over those wrestlers because they asked to bring them in.
Yeah.
Now, at any time in the future, if a company feels like they're not booking them as well as would like them to be, that's when you bring that up and you talk over the relationship of your agreement.
Well, also AEW is looking at it the same way that you go back to the 70s with Crockett Promotions, WCW, WWF, and the NWA. Like, they constantly shared talent.
Yeah.
If you were a WWF guy out of New York doing a match for the NWA in Tennessee, your Tennessee homegrown talent is probably going to win.
Yeah.
But you'll probably be booked to draw some eyes back up to your home territory.
Because the thing was, like, but it's not like when you came down and they lost, they were being destroyed. No.
Ric Flair lost a lot and looked good doing it.
Yeah. It's the whole point is the hometown guy makes that guy look really, really good in defeat.
Yes. And the opposite.
Yeah.
You're making the hometown guy look like a god in front of his hometown audience.
Yeah. So it's a both and. So you do that, but and if you don't like what's going on, you can always decide, okay, we're not really liking how you're using our talent.
Yeah.
We're
going to change it up.
We need to change this up, or we're just going to say our agreement is no longer working.
We're going to pull that talent back.
We're just going to end our agreement.
Yeah, and the way that AEW has been working the Lucha Brothers, it has been amazing.
Yeah, you have wrestlers who are wrestling fans in key roles of a new company with a wrestling fan who absolutely understands the business.
Yep.
Because he's a businessman, and if he doesn't have a clarity of a certain element of the wrestling business, he has those people who have those answers.
I mean, quite honestly,
there.
Now you have Cody and Dustin.
Yeah.
Who have the combined knowledge of their father right at hand at any point.
Yeah.
And I really honestly feel that Cody is more of his father outside the ring.
Yeah.
Even though, seriously though, when Cody runs to the ropes, it is watching Dusty over and over again. He moves like Dustin doesn't even move as well as his as much like his father does, but like Cody's first step is literally looking at his dad.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's like they have the talent, they have the wrestling knowledge for Tony Khan if he has a question.
Yeah.
But just in the few interviews I've seen him talk, and he's like, oh wow, he really understands this business already.
Yep.
So when you're a businessman, you understand. If you understand business, it's now learning what you need to know about a specific business before you do it.
Right.
And if you're a wrestling fan, if you're a real and you watch behind the scenes stuff, not just the product.
Nope.
You're trying to get the behind the scenes stuff.
How did they why did they make the decision to put the product out that way?
Yes, and all that. You do that, you got some of that. You're already a step ahead of the game than most people.
Yeah.
Yes, could Tony Khan do it just on his own? No, he's smart. That's what he approached people.
Well, I mean, also he owns a football team.
Yeah.
And in the world of sports business,
Yep.
your job is to sell tickets.
Yep.
By putting a good product out there,
Yep.
which means that you constantly have to find personnel that's good on field and does not tarnish your image off field.
Yep.
So, I mean, that part of it, he's just like, okay, what we're doing is we're looking for talent that can do the job in the ring,
Yep.
and at the same time not actually be an asshole outside of the ring.
Yep.
And or get themselves in constant trouble.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen much of players from Jacksonville getting into trouble, like, on national news or anything. There's no, so-and-so was found on, crashed their car in a DWI.
Surprisingly for Jacksonville.
But really, we're looking at AEW and going, all right, you're an untested idea right now.
Yeah.
Right now, it's still an untested idea.
Yeah.
Has a ton of hype and a ton of potential. And I don't think that it will really see how well this is going to work until October.
I can't really say it's untested. Because we do have All In, even though that was not AEW.
But all of the pieces that have made AEW were there.
Yes. Just not fully fleshed out because it was a show. It was a show.
It's a show.
That's what when you're doing your first show like Cody and the Young Bucks were doing, you're gonna be putting in pieces for something possibly more, but at the same time, your focus has got to be on this one show right now.
Yes.
So, but yeah, this will allow it. But so it hasn't technically untested, but now they still have. Basically, I would say they're in the second phase of testing.
Yes.
Because now they have the backing.
We're in the beta test.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Where the alpha test was.
All In was the alpha test.
Yes, this is the beta test with Double or Nothing. But here's the difference between the two: is they financed the alpha test. They got an investor for the beta test.
Yes.
So
that's usually how it works, anyways. Especially if you're doing video games.
If you're depending on what you're doing, if you're doing your own video game and you actually because some people just make the game on their own.
Yeah.
And they'll alpha test it first. But by the time once the alpha test goes, they'll start approaching financiers to get it to beta. I mean, they're still going to get to beta, but they'll, if they haven't found financiers yet, they'll go to see, hey, with what we have, it's looking good, want to see it. And you may, by the time you get to beta, you'll actually have people financing to make it easier.
Yes.
Same with film. It all depends on you. You're going to be usually doing some kind of work ahead of time before you get to work on the actual thing you're making. Sometimes. But yeah, so it's definitely going to be an interesting thing. And just going back to Disco Inferno,
yeah,
please shut your mouth unless you know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Like, just because one company is known for burying talent from any place else, doesn't mean that every single company works that way.
This is also, you gotta remember, this is also the guy who told us that after the little exchange between AJ and Nakamura in the Money in the Bank, that the New Japan's slugfest element would not fly in WWE. As the fans are constantly like, yeah, going crazy in the background.
Yeah, we're loving it.
And when we got a little bit of that exchange in their many billions of matches.
Really, I kind of feel that we should have gotten one major match.
Yes.
And that was it.
Yeah.
We didn't need all of this extra stuff. Maybe a follow-up match.
Yeah, just one, but we didn't need like 17 of them.
Nope.
Back to back. We didn't need, AJ count out, disqualification.
Nut shot.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday, there's going to be a nut shot. And then next week, nut shot.
So we didn't need all that, but we got a few segments.
Oh, Tim, by the way, nut shot.
Yes. Is that your new thing?
Eh,
I always knew you liked the nuts.
pistachios are pretty good.
But you got to see when they actually did a little bit of this element in their matches, the fans were into it.
Yeah.
So
The Japanese strong style, much like British bruiser, what is it? British.
they've been referring to it more British strong style now.
Okay, British strong style. It is still it's a stiffer way of wrestling.
Yes.
And WWE, due to their overly formulaic style, they're never going to accept it.
No.
I mean, this is, it would be like if it was 1996 again and everyone just looked over and there was no Mankind, Mick Foley never moved over to WWE, you would have never seen hardcore start to show up there.
Yes, you would have.
Eventually,
No, you would have seen it because of ECW.
no, if they have the mindset that they have today, they would have never moved over. They would have been like, nope, we're staying right where we are. And WCW would have destroyed them.
No, they wouldn't have because Vince, because the thing is, even though they were doing some hardcore stuff before they made the official switch like to the Attitude Era, they were doing some of that stuff. Vince basically said, "I gotta do something different, or I'm going out of business."
Yeah.
Even with that kind of mind, because even you could say back in the new generation, that was Vince's mind frame.
Yeah. I don't need to change anything.
Nope.
We're going to stay right here.
I'm staying right here, and the NWO happened, and it's like, oh.
I need to change. If the NWO had never happened,
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet
Yeah.
WCW would have put WWE out of business.
Oh, NWO never happened?
Yeah.
No.
It would have taken longer.
No.
No, because by that point, WWE was barely afloat. By what is it, 95 or 96, Vince was not doing well financially.
No, he was making money.
They weren't making good money.
They weren't making as much
They weren't making 1999 money.
No, they weren't.
1999, what was that? Like $100 million profit that year?
I don't know.
It was something ridiculous, which is also why we saw so much pyro from like 2000 to 2006 or 7. Everyone had pyro.
Yeah.
Hurricane comes out and he's like, I'm gonna lose, but
Yeah.
I've got pyro.
Yeah. But no, I don't think WCW would have made it. Because the NWO was what that started drawing eyes to WCW.
Oh no, I think that Ric Flair. Well, never mind. Yeah, maybe.
It wouldn't.
There was a whole lot of weird stuff happening.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. Without the NWO, WCW, the Monday Night Wars never would have happened.
No, but I see that like WWE would have just petered out of business.
I don't think so.
And WCW would have been like, well, I mean, we're here anyway.
No, I don't think that would have happened.
Wait, what happened to our competition? They were with us. Are they back there? What happened? Vince, catch up.
I don't think so.
Vince instead's like, yeah, no, I actually just Ted Turner kept getting ahead of me, and then I just took a baseball bat and took his legs out, and then stole the number off from his chest, wore that on my back, so I actually, you know what? I carried him to the finish. And you're like, no, you didn't. You left him on the side of the road. His number crossed the line. Therefore, he finished. Look how great we are. And you're like, Vince, that's not the way it works.
All right, what's next we have on the...
All right. Speaking of Vince, turns out he's trying to give Triple H more power backstage.
Yes, a potential rumor going around. I was watching this video from WrestleMania last night, and it was talking about how they do this thing where Vince demands something. Like, of
course.
They did a one about how Vince is demanding Ambrose and CM Punk return to the company. They constantly do all these like Vince demands. So this one was Vince is demanding Triple H take over WWE. And the whole point, like they're calling about it, they based on contact information they're getting from backstages. There's a lot of animosity, tempers, basically a lot of stuff going on backstage with people with power over the ratings issue. especially with these big contracts starting this fall, and their ratings keep going down.
Well, yes, because you keep giving us bland, formulaic TV.
So there's this talk about like Vince may not want to do, like, doesn't want to do it anymore. Like, he's like,
Vince, it's 1996. You need to start making changes.
yeah.
97 is going to be a great building year for you. So 2020 is going to be a great, we're going to really kick it off there. Like, everyone will say that 2020 was when things really took off. But really, 1999 behind the scenes is where all that foundation is placed.
Yes.
To all the people, like, I maybe, what if all these people asking for their release, the truth of it isn't that creative doesn't have anything for them and they're bored or they're just not being used. Maybe it's so much chaos happening backstage at a management level that people are like, I don't really want to work here, that I don't know who's in charge anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but the idea was because then they said Vince would be stepping down from his role in WWE. The idea would be more or less he'd be turning over the creative element to Triple H.
So we won't have random times where somebody will get called up and then become the Viking Experience.
Yeah. And
the Raiders.
And the idea would be that he'd also still keep his role with NXT as well.
Well, yeah.
Because apparently, everyone keeps wondering if Vince watches NXT.
I really don't think he does at all.
But they were being told like he's very fond of what Triple H is doing in NXT. So
because it's making him money. It's making the company money.
NXT does not make them money.
Well, okay, it's getting eyes on their product. It's probably more watched than, some of the other stuff on the network.
It is. It's almost always one of the higher things, rated programs on their network. But no, I think from what it sounds like, I don't think he doesn't watch the program all the thing, but he's obviously seen stuff.
I really don't think Vince has 2 hours a day to actually sit down and watch anything.
Yeah.
You'd probably walk up to him and be like, Vince, did you ever see this movie? It's called Star Wars. And he's like, you mean the Ronald Reagan program? He's like, no, it's a movie. It's like 2.5 hours long. I don't have time to watch that. And walks away. And you're like, okay. This man does not know pop culture. Somehow he was in charge of pop culture. God damn it.
He had people bringing pop culture to him.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thank God the people who were in charge of pop culture back in the Attitude Era realized David Arquette as WWE champion was not good pop culture.
But WCW did.
Yeah.
That's Vince Russo for you.
But no, the idea would, like, he's probably seen things throughout the time, and he's seen good, and people constantly talking about. It bugs Vince when he looks on Twitter and he sees people talking about NXT takeover over the main roster.
Yep.
So clearly Triple H is doing something right. That's getting people talking about it, even days after.
Yeah.
Where a pay-per-view happens, no one's talking about it Monday, except for after Raw and SmackDown, and it immediately stops a minute later.
Yeah.
Because nothing on the follow-up shows did anything with the show that did nothing.
It's because, we complain about 50-50 booking. Well, when you have somebody win at the pay-per-view, and then the next night on Raw get beat up by the same person, you just kind of go, oh, so that win really didn't mean anything. I mean, if they get the championship, whatever.
I mean, if the guy gets beat up or the woman gets beat up due to a creative way,
yeah,
blindsides them in the back,
blindside attack.
That's understandable.
Not losing the match the next night to the same opponent.
Yeah.
Both players should be really exhausted, and the one who won previously should just continue winning.
Yes. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, he's doing something right.
Yes.
And Vince, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And it comes down to it. Do you really think Triple H rewrites his scripts 2 hours before the show?
There might be some editing.
There might be some tweaking. But
a full rewrite?
no, because Triple H is kind of the guy who writes the show has like a month to write a month's worth of shows, and he's either if he's not in the Performance Center, which he should be, he's talking to Triple H.
Yeah.
And he's constantly talking to people down there.
Well, I mean, have you seen that in Tripp's office that he has a direct live feed to the Performance Center at any time?
Yep.
And he just be like, press a button and be like, hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah, because he can always watch, because he knows that's his baby. That's what he wants. He wants to be seeing this. And if there's something that the coaches say, hey, we're doing this, do you want to check it out? He knows he can just go over to his computer in his office in Connecticut.
It's not even his computer. It's literally like a 50-inch TV behind his desk, which he just turns around. He's just like, all right, we're watching this today.
Yeah, I know.
It's a constant live feed.
Yeah, he can just turn around to it, and he can watch this thing, and he can give feedback right there to the coaches.
Hey, that was a great promo. You might want to work on your believability on it. Sell it a little bit more. Like you're saying that you're angry at this person. I want to feel that you're angry at this person.
That's gonna be more the coaches, but like, because he has meetings with the coaches.
Well, yeah, but I mean, can you imagine? Like, he's probably just sitting there. Here's the promo, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on. Hey, how's it going? Hey, everybody. Yep, Hunter here. Paul, whatever you want to call me. That was a really great promo. When I say really great, you caught my attention. I was doing other work.
Yeah.
But here's a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
I could see him totally like, and the other person on the other line is just like, I don't have a visual of where you're at. But
I can't
where's
see
the
you.
camera?
Where's the
right there. No, right there.
Right there.
No, I'm still not. You know what? Whatever. Just keep talking.
But like you can see him do that because he's talking with the coaches when they do their house shows, every weekend. Yeah. He's talking with them about the card. They're putting them together here down in Florida. I want to say here in Florida, but I'm not in Florida.
You're not in Florida.
I'm on location. I mean,
you're on location.
Oh wait, we weren't supposed to be talking about that.
You're on location.
I'm on location. I am actually on location.
You're not in Florida.
You're
on location.
I'm on location. But I'm so used to saying it. But they put the match and stuff down there because that's what the head coaches do.
Yeah.
For those things. But so he's constantly talking. So the person, if the writer's not down there, which I'm pretty sure that he probably is.
Yeah.
He's being told, oh, this person got injured. We have to figure out a way around this.
I figured the guy's 3 doors down from you.
Probably.
Like he just lives 3 doors down.
Probably, knowing my luck. Like I live my apartment complex in Full Sail itself is like 15 minutes from.
Probably.
When you actually look at a map, you like, wait, that doesn't look like 15. That looks like
everything in Florida is 15 minutes away, even if it's across the street.
Yeah. Well, that's because of traffic. It's not because.
Exactly. And traffic, the way traffic flows. Sometimes. Yeah. Last time I was in Orlando, there was literally something that was across the street, but there was no crosswalk.
Yeah.
And it was a divided road. And I'm like, I could see it.
Yeah.
Now, like, I stopped and I was like, where's the crosswalk? No crosswalk. And it was busy. So I was like, I'm not running across.
No.
So I hop in the car, come out of, I was going from a CVS to another store like that.
Yeah.
A convenience store across the street because CVS didn't have something that I wanted.
You had to pull out of the parking lot, go down like 2 blocks,
get down to the light,
take
a left. Could not do a U because it was not marked. Because it was marked no U-turns. Take a left. Come up behind the building. I can see where I'm going. Still, this entire time, have to take another left to then get back on the street that I wanted to cross, so I could drive up it and pull in.
You know, what you should have done is you should have gone past the light. Because probably the next light or
it probably would have allowed me to do U-turn. Yeah. But that one, I couldn't see where that light was. Oh, another thing, the tolls on Florida highways. Do you really need a toll every half mile?
I wouldn't know because I never hit a toll.
Oh, lucky you. Yeah, there were leaving the airport and getting to our hotel, there were 3 of them. We never left Orlando.
You gotta know how to maneuver Orlando without...
When you leave the airport getting directly on the highway, because we were staying over by SeaWorld,
Yeah.
You have to get onto the highway. There was no choice about it.
There's ways around it.
Oh, I know, but
because I ran my car from the international airport, and I didn't touch a toll.
oh, lucky you.
Also, I didn't get on the highway because I know how to get to I know how to get to Google. Also, Google has this nice little feature on there.
No toll road. Yeah,
and it'll tell you. It'll give you the route.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Okay.
But anyway,
we asked for quickest route.
Yeah. Even that, you probably gotten a quicker one.
Nope. No, because we the way back to to when we were leaving,
yeah,
we chose the no toll. It took us 40 minutes to get there instead of 26.
Possibly.
It was just because you kept hitting as many red lights as possible every 300 feet.
Depending on the time of day, that happens. You get a green light, it's 300 feet later.
Yeah.
You get a green light, and the next one is turning red.
Yep.
You're just like, what the?
Pull up in red light. It's green. All right, pull up in red light. And there's a green. Pull up in red light.
And then if you're just happening to be it's 5 cars in front of you, the right turns red before you get there.
Yep.
Depending on the time of day. Not kidding.
Like,
And the worst is, it's not as bad as if you're going straight, but it's usually the arrow ones. The arrow ones will go like certain times of day.
You'll get through about 3 people.
3 people, because and a lot of times it's the first car took forever to start moving.
First of all, was not paying. It's like, pay attention.
Yeah. But you get 3 cars and it's red again. You're like, what the?
Come on, let me drive.
Yeah. It's only certain times of day.
Yeah.
And where you are in Orlando. But anyway, the whole point is Vince is not doing something right. So hopefully these rumors are true. Please take them with a grain of salt.
Yep.
Because this is coming from WrestleMania. They do have some good information. And they were saying sources. This does not mean they're actually going to do this. It just means it could be possibly Vince is thinking about it. And the last thing they also pointed out on there is that Vince apparently doesn't want to be known as just the wrestling guy when he's gone.
Of course.
So if you want to do that, just get out and do your XFL thing.
Just leave the wrestling business then.
Oh, by the way, XFL just announced who's going to be broadcasting games.
Oh, who is? The WWE Network?
Yes. No. They signed a deal with Disney and Fox.
Okay.
So there'll be ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, FS1 are the ones that are going to be showing them.
Oh, yeah, because Disney bought Fox Productions, and some of the TV left, but not all of the TV is with Disney. And I don't fully. I just, from the movie standpoint, they've got the X-Men back, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Now they just need to figure out the deal to make to allow the X-Men in the MCU to actually work together.
Yes. But no, the whole idea is like the ESPN, ABC, that stuff is the Disney element, and FS1 is the Fox element.
Okay.
So, because that's where WWE is going to be.
There'll be FS1.
So,
which will I really hope that the focus truly will be on wrestling.
Yeah. So, just a side note, but if Vince, you're thinking of this, and we know you have mics in this office
somewhere, or someone does, it's that PA.
It's the PA. What's the PA's name again?
It's Sean.
Sean. Cheryl.
No. That's my intern.
Oh, that's your intern.
Yeah, it's Charlene.
Charlene, okay.
Cheryl sadly passed away.
Oh, I liked her.
Wait,
wait. That was the one with the
hair?
The hair, yeah.
No, that's Carol.
Oh, okay. Oh, then I didn't like Charlene.
No, it was Cheryl that you didn't like.
Cheryl didn't like.
Cheryl was, she died because of bath salts.
Well, that's a Florida thing, so I don't blame her.
No, she wasn't smoking them or anything like that. She actually just poured too much in her bath, and it dried her out, and she died.
Well, did you see her skin?
I was trying to tell her that it was a bad idea. 17 pounds of bath salts in the bathtub is not good with only 3 cups of water. She's not... whatever, it's her choice. She was just an intern. Charlene, on the other hand, has her shit together. I don't necessarily like her because she always talks in a southern accent, even though she's from New York. I don't get it. Don't worry. It's a thing these days. Gen Zs. You get me, man. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Freaking millennials.
Unlike that Harper who can't do a Southern accent. No wonder why he's not being used by WWE. What else do we have on the list?
Where is Johnny Moxley going?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Seriously, where? Because that promo that clearly was not set up by WWE.
Okay, first off, let's just be clear because we haven't actually talked about this.
No, we
yet
haven't.
Because of reasons.
Yes, reasons.
So on May 1st at midnight, Jon Moxley had released a video on his new Twitter, aka Dean Ambrose.
Yep. No longer Dean Ambrose. He's back to being the Mox.
Yes. On there, celebrating that his contract with WWE is over.
Yep.
This being the start of May, me realizing, oh, that's right, we're in a new month. I can't believe it. Well, the entire month of April, I was like, when he leaves at the end of the month.
When he leaves at the end of the month.
When is he going to end? I feel like this month, we're at the beginning of the month, and it's halfway through the month, and I don't realize it yet. Full Sail. It happens.
College, man. College.
Yeah, Full Sail. It's Full Sail. Yeah, it can happen in college, but this is a Full Sail thing.
Oh, okay.
For sure. But we get this really cool promo, which is could be taken as a dig at WWE.
So Moxley breaks out of what could be described as an asylum.
Asylum or prison.
He's being
chased by a big dog.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that was loud.
Nothing is gonna spike.
Anyway,
you should put a little
he's
warning.
Chased by people. Well, you've been doing this entire show.
I know.
There's
Just put it at the
a bunch of
beginning.
people with shields.
Yeah.
Being chased by people with shields.
Getting caught.
Blood.
Getting his hand caught in barbed wire.
Yep.
And then he rips it down.
He's
and
just like, you know what? I'm gonna take it.
Yep. There's blood. He passes some dice that have the numbers 2 and 5 on it. More on that in a second.
Yep.
So it's just this promo, and it spells out Mox, M-O-X, and you just see him holding it, and that's it. No logo from who it is or anything like this. It's high quality production, so there's a budget behind it.
Yeah.
But when you break down some of the elements, the number, there's chalk marks on his cell. There's a lot of them on there, but there's only so many lit up, and there's 25 of them. There's also the 2 and the 5 of the dice. Is 25. Double or Nothing is on May 25th. The dice also represents like a Vegas theme, which is taking place Double or Nothing in Vegas. So in all likelihood, this is him saying, I'm at Double or Nothing.
It could be. Or none of that could be true. And it could be that he had spent 25 something with the 2.5 years with the WWE. We know it was way longer than that.
It was like 7 years.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is, because there's a budget behind it, people were saying, oh, it's WWE. He's not leaving. It's been a work. He's coming back as Moxley.
The moment that I heard people start with that at all, I was like, oh my God, you guys are that hard of a WWE mark.
Yeah.
You really think that the WWE would kind of undermine itself and get viral? They don't do that.
Yeah.
Everything is super crisp, super produced, and it has the WWE logo everywhere.
They will. Now, let's get right. They do want to go viral.
Right.
But they want it viral with their name on it.
Yes. Oh, and the fact that very rarely do they sign somebody and allow them to use their indie name.
Yeah.
Unless you're Samoa Joe or Kevin Owens or somebody who already had, like, Kevin Owens makes sense. It's his name. John Cena, it's his name. AJ Styles.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, no.
Kevin Owens was
Kevin was Steen.
Steen. They just gave it to Owens.
AJ Styles had such a name that changing it to anything else, people would have been like, and rejecting your show.
Yes.
Samoa Joe's the same way.
Yep. And it was really Samoa Joe who was the test case
Yeah.
in NXT about keeping the name, and it worked.
It does.
It just
Like,
worked.
I'm sorry, if you signed somebody like Kenny Omega and had him come in and suddenly like he's the Spartan, like literally everyone would just go, no,
No.
Kenny Omega,
Yep.
you would just hear chants of Kenny Omega, and he'd be like,
Omega.
yeah, guys,
Omega.
you know who I am.
He's like, you know who I am. No, you can't even do that. It's like, I'm the Spartan. No. But no, so, yeah.
Oh, and he'd have to cut his hair.
Yes. But with Moxley, it's just, he's going somewhere where there's money. Now, this could be a big play on him just playing the crowd.
Could be.
Hinting at Double or Nothing, and just end up somewhere else randomly. He could have taken this money himself, his own money, and because he doesn't live a luscious lifestyle, so
No.
he could have used some of his own money, put this together to hype up him returning to the indie scene
Yes.
that way.
I mean,
But-
that's totally true. That could be true as well. But one of the things that I absolutely loved was this rumor that this entire thing is a work.
Yeah.
And that they're bringing Jon Moxley back in 6 months. And I'm like, really? 6 months?
Yeah.
You know, that means that about 6 months after that, he's going to suddenly be Dean Ambrose again, working with the Shield.
First off, if that was the plan, this video would not have aired at midnight.
Nope. It would have been like 9 in the morning.
No, it wouldn't even been then. It wouldn't have been aired at all.
Nope.
It would air about 2 months maybe before he returned.
Oh, and it would be aired on Raw.
Yeah. Or on the network during one of the paper, like SummerSlam or something
Yep.
like that.
It's like,
It would not have aired on Twitter or YouTube.
Nope.
It would have been on a program with WWE. That's how confined they are.
Oh, yeah. And we all know how that is. So, is he going to AEW? Is he going to Impact? Because for some strange reason, that's a rumor. I could believe Ring of Honor. I could believe New Japan. I could believe AAA at this point.
There's a lot of places he could end up, and he may. He could sign maybe a non-exclusive deal with AEW and go work New Japan as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll go back to CZW.
I don't really see his style working with New Japan, though.
If you get the right person, I think it'll be. But who knows? Only time will tell. But
I really hope that he breaks away from what his Dean Ambrose ring style was.
yeah,
And bring in the old Johnny Moxley, a straight up brawler.
I want to see a mix between the two.
Well, yeah, I would like to see a little bit less of the old brawler that he was, and bring in. By the way, just because it just occurred to me, Impact's last pay-per-view that they did,
Yeah, Rebellion.
there was a what? Which one?
Rebellion.
Oh yeah, there was a Lego spot. Instead of a bag of thumbtacks, it was a bag of Legos. All right, that is brutal. If you've ever stepped on one Lego, imagine falling back first onto a pile of them. Like everyone for years, it was thumbtacks were the most brutal thing to pour into the ring. No, Legos, man. They're not gonna break the skin, but that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that corner's gonna find it's gonna find the worst spot to hit, and it's gonna
hit there. And it's not gonna draw blood.
No, but it's going to be like
it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
Sorry, I don't know why I thought of that.
No, but the whole point is we don't know where he's going until he officially shows up somewhere. Does this mean he will show up at AEW? We don't know. Will he show up somewhere else?
We don't know.
Until time. It would be funny if Wednesday, again, like 1 week out, we get another video, a different video.
Yeah.
With more hints of where he's going to be going.
That would be awesome.
And it's all done on his own.
Yeah.
And like Cody and the Young Bucks are like, we
didn't-
know he's coming to us, but we're not saying anything.
We didn't produce that.
We're not producing
That's not
it.
us.
But we know he's coming, but he's doing his own thing. and then he shows up in AEW.
21st entry in the over the budget battle royale.
Not the place for him to debut.
Totally is.
No.
Totally is.
No.
As number 21 in winning.
No.
So that way he can challenge for whatever it is that's the payoff for it.
No.
Yep. Totally. Anyway.
No, I don't want him in the over the budget battle royal. I just want him to walk in and sit down in the front row.
See, that would be cool too.
I want him to do the Raven from WCW.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has that kind of Raven-esque quality to him.
Sweet Jesus. He has the wonderful potential to fill in so many heel roles.
Yeah.
Like a bit of the Raven, a bit of Raven, a bit of
The Piper.
I mean, an early Stone Cold.
Yep.
And when I say early Stone Cold, it was when he really was the crazy Stone Cold.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. You know, why not have him fill in for crying out loud, you can call him the Joker.
Yeah.
He could be the chameleon that fills in all of these heel roles where one moment he's absolutely crazy, the next he's diabolical.
Yeah.
And then one time he's just there to beat somebody up. He doesn't care who it is.
Yeah.
He's like, I just need a fight tonight.
I want to fight. Someone
You're
come
like,
out.
All right. And someone comes out and he fights, or he responds to somebody else's, like somebody's having a match.
Yeah.
And instead of their opponent coming down, it's Mox.
Yeah.
He's just like, you got me tonight, buddy.
It's like,
Well, what happened to my opponent? Yeah.
he'll be fine tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or 6 months from now.
You'll find out soon enough what happened to him. All right, let's do this.
All right. So, while we don't know, again, only time will tell.
Yeah.
So, let's move on. What's the next?
Backlash. Is it canceled?
Not that I know of, but you've apparently heard more than I have.
Yes. So because of where it's falling, so there's two stories going on. One, it's being moved and or canceled because of how close it is to the Saudi Arabia show.
The what show?
The name redacted show that we're not going to be talking about.
That you're about to talk about?
For personal reasons. No, there's a network show that's happening. It's 1 week before Backlash. Originally 1 week before it. And they felt that it was going to be too much for the schedule. That's one story that's going around.
Yeah.
The other one is that there's the idea of just literally canceling the name Backlash.
Okay.
Which is where the whole "is Backlash canceled" coming from. Because that name hasn't actually shown up on their schedule.
It was on their schedule.
Well, it was on the schedule. Now it's not on the schedule, but there's still a show happening.
So it's possible they could
in
change
June.
It. You know, we're getting it.
What?
We're getting it.
Great Balls of Fire again?
2.
Oh, I can't wait for Great Balls of Fire 2.
Even more like balls on the poster.
More balls flying across the screen.
More dicks and balls on the poster.
It was
than
all
ever.
dick and balls. We all know it was dick and balls.
Because you know Vince loves the balls.
But, oh yeah, also Great Balls of Fire. That title is not happening this year as well.
Well, if they're renaming Backlash, we could.
It could be. Or it could be some other crazy name that Vince is going to come up with and then be like, that's already a title for something?
Yeah.
Titanic. And they're like, that's literally a movie.
Second best performing movie in all of cinema history.
All right, fine. We're going to call this Avatar. Actually, the most successful movie of all time worldwide.
Probably not for much longer.
Who knows?
The Avengers.
It's still earning money. Avatar is still in box offices around the world.
It's earning money, but Avengers has crossed the 2 billion marker this week.
Yeah, I think actually it has to hit to completely shut down Avatar. I think it needs to hit the 6 billion mark.
How?
Because Avatar is literally today still in theaters worldwide. It is still making money right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It made like $3 billion in the first 2 years.
It's made a total of $2.7 billion.
I could look this up. Right?
I looked this up on Box Office Mojo.
No, you don't go to Mojo.
Why not?
No, you. That is not where you. No.
Worry about it later. We can correct it. We have a show we're doing.
Yep.
I can't believe you're just like, you know, this thing called a. Well, look, I was right.
Not really, but okay.
I said 2.7 billion. I didn't get into the 8.8. I knew that, but I rounded to the closest.
Still making money. Like, no, there are different numbers for it. Like,
Well, I thought at one point it was like 2.4.
like I said, it's still making money.
It hasn't made that much money in the last 10 years. Gone up from like because but no, so there, but like it's more than likely Avengers could cross it by the time. I don't think it's gonna make another $1 billion in another week. I think
pretty much what it has to do.
Well, no, I'm talking about overall. I mean, if it makes another $1 billion in the next 3 weeks, it's gonna break the record.
Well, yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I mean. It's not gonna. It's Avatar's probably on its way out as number one. Endgame is probably going to one that's gonna break it.
yeah, probably.
But
I mean, Infinity War got pretty close.
yeah, I did. I didn't realize how close it was until the other day.
Force Awakens is still technically number 3.
Yes.
Infinity War's 4. Disney owns 2 out of the 4 top 3.
Oh yeah, it owns all of them. Because Fox did Titanic.
Yeah, but did Fox do Avatar?
Yes.
So yes, technically Disney owns all 4 now. Okay, never mind. You know what's funny though? You know who the most successful company that, like, you know how Disney oversees,
Yes.
Fox and Universal.
Yeah. What about it?
They actually outdo Disney on a nearly yearly basis.
And like,
Just their overall property. The reason?
why?
What else? Universal owns NBC.
Yeah.
And they also own. Well, no, it's their parent company. Owns like everything.
Oh, you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I forget who they are again. But they own a shit ton of European TV.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, that's really cute, Disney. You own a lot of stuff in the U.S.
They own a lot of stuff overseas too.
Yeah, but like the parent company for Universal, which also owns Comcast.
Yeah, I know. They own. I can't remember the name of the company, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They were just like, yeah, that's cute, Disney. We make $5 billion a year. You make 3.
No, they actually make a lot more than that now.
Well, yeah, but like even so, as Disney's climbed up, these guys have just been like, we're staying ahead of you. Sorry.
Actually, the latest projections is that Disney has more clout than anyone in the movie industry.
In the movie industry, just
Overall.
not in overall business.
But in the movie industry, like they tower over the universe.
Yeah, because Disney just over years figured out how to control everything legally.
Yeah. With the help of certain presidents, like you, Bill Clinton, making it possible.
Oh no, not just that. It was through not patents. When you own a property, but it's an intellectual property. Trademarks. Originally, trademarks used to end after 25 years.
Oh yes.
Disney, through their attorneys, went, no, they last for lifetime. And they're like, well, whose lifetime? Business's lifetime.
That's what copyright's going to eventually go to.
Yep. Because what's the cutoff for copyright now? I don't know why we're on this subject,
It's
but whatever.
76 years after the death of the, which means in the next few years, if doesn't change, the original concept from Mickey Mouse will go into the public domain.
The concept.
No, the original designs will go into the. Yeah.
No, because that's what Disney changed. They own the property.
They own the property of Mickey Mouse, but the concept of the copyrighted documents in like cartoons, that stuff like that, go in the public domain.
Wow.
Same with the original Batman. In the next 5 years, the original Batman. Oh, that's what I'm saying. In the next 5 years, it's going to be changing.
No, like they've already figured all that stuff out. Like, it's not Bill Finger. Like, Warner Brothers slash
We'll
DC
talk about
Comics.
We'll talk about this
It's
afterward.
like Vince.
Not Batman in the DC Comics. I'm talking about the original design and comic of Batman back in the 30s.
Yeah, DC owns it
No.
completely.
No.
It is a DC production.
You know how I know? Because I was reading articles who deal with the copyright. And they said if things don't change certain things, the trademarks do change certain things.
Yeah.
But due to the copyright, will go into public domain.
All right.
So that's why copyright will eventually become the same thing as the lifetime of the company.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Oh, copyright. Yeah.
Which makes sense. It should, honestly.
I mean, funniest part is trademark wise, they just be like, yeah, no, everything about Batman we own the trademark about. Pointy ears and everything. And they're like, well, yeah, but this concept is public domain. Yeah, you just can't have it look like him. And you're like, well, shit.
There's a rumor that a loophole around that as well, because they brought that up in the article. I can't remember what they said, but it's not that hard to change with the law.
Yeah.
So it's like
especially since that type of law is written by the industry to protect the industry,
Yeah.
and exploit the industry at the exact same time.
the same thing though. As someone who creates my own content, I think if I start a company and they held the copyrights, I want them to hold the copyrights for life.
Yeah, I mean, the show should be able to continue on long after I'm dead.
Yeah, my characters should still be owned by who I lead them to.
Right.
Not to to just go into the public domain. I don't mind fans using them with permission.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Disney's opening that up with Star Wars for fan fiction, fan films. So
Yeah, even though they cracked down at first. Anyway.
oh yes, but that's just funny. We're talking about this in a wrestling show.
Yeah,
but
you know what? Whatever. It's what
but
we
hey,
do.
that's what the WWE does.
Yeah. But speaking of things that are not actually wrestling product, but still wrestling product, the leaked cover for WWE 2K20.
Not just a leak cover, but a potential spoiler for a fan favorite mode returning.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
so take this with a grain of salt. But the company, it came from China, at least documents that said who would be appearing on the cover of 2K20. And let me just put it this way: it is a current champion.
Okay.
And
Seth Rollins.
No,
AJ Styles.
well,
What?
AJ's not a current champion.
Oh, okay.
And Seth Rollins was 2 years ago.
Seth Rollins is currently a champion.
Yes, but I'm saying he's already been on the cover.
So, you just keep going.
But no, let me give you
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Let me give you another one. He was also on and he's not a champion. Let me give you another hint. The person who's the champion, who's going to apparently be on it, needs to raise both hands up to display her championship.
Mojo Rawley.
The Iconics.
See? There we go. Two champions. Two hands. No.
No, it's Becky Lynch is apparently the rumored.
It's the man.
The man, Becky Lynch. And to go alongside her being on the cover, the 2K Showcase will be back again as well. And it'll be focusing on the best women's matches in WWE history.
So there's going to be 6 of them? Like, no offense to the ladies, but WWE has not booked women's matches to be iconic for quite some time.
I know, you're going to have to... I don't know what ones they're going to pick.
What, the Stephanie versus... Oh, who was it?
China.
No.
Trish.
Yes, which was actually ended up being a Triple H versus Stone Cold match.
Yeah,
That's going to be in there.
probably.
That was the first ever women's match to main event was it a pay-per-view?
I don't think it was a pay-per-view.
Or no, it was Raw.
I think it was... Yeah.
Yeah, first time ever a women's match main event in a Raw. So all those times when they tout that only recently
I
a
know.
women's match main evented Raw, it's a lie.
Yeah.
It happened in, 1999?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, technically the match was not a women's match. It just broke out into a brawl between Triple H and Stone Cold, but whatever.
The also rumor is we'll finally get China back in the game.
Oh, thank you. So instead of downloading a terribly made version of China.
Yeah. The Wrestle Talk showed the last design of China in a WWE game, which was SmackDown 2. And you just look at it like, I looked at it, I was like, oh, wow. And we thought that was good.
Yeah, those were not good.
No. So that's, it's again rumor. Take this for rumor until it's officially announced. But the rumor apparently is that they will announce it in July.
Okay.
Maybe
I think what, September or October that typically it's released.
Yeah, they'll announce the game like in July, and in August or something like that, or next month they'll do the trailer for the game mode.
Yep.
And China's gonna be like the special bonus character you get if you get the limited edition or whatever the special edition is. You'll get
probably Becky as your main carry character.
Yeah. Something like that. So the game mode that apparently is coming back, Adam, take a guess.
I'm really hoping that Create a Finisher is coming back.
Oh, it could be. It's not the one that got leased.
Oh.
I hope it comes back.
Yeah,
far better than what it ever was.
I mean, it was really awesome. It's just, it was kind of clunky.
Okay, let me put it this way. The very first time THQ put it in, and you only could do front finishers.
Yep.
Because they added, you could do the back finishers the next year, and then aerial finishers the following year after that. So they expanded. But the first year they did it, you could only do front finishers. It was awesome because you could actually combine some really ridiculous things.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite finishers I made that you still could not make after the first year. They put a patch that prevented you from doing this.
Oh.
You would do a power bomb motion to pick them up into your face, up to a power bomb, and then you go into a neck breaker, and you pick him up, and you would catch him and go into his neck breaker. That could happen. If you try to do that in other games after that, you'd pick him up, set him down, and then do the neck breaker.
Yeah.
But you would catch him in the air.
Well, because they're catching finishers had kind of been not removed but made differently. You had to specifically.
Catch finishers at this time wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about what you do when you did it, because catch finishers in this game is if someone's diving off a rope and you have a finisher, you could hit it. I mean catch them. I mean you would pick them up, and flip them, and then you'd catch you grab it, do the neck motion, but you'd grab their head while they're in the air and do the neck breaker. It's called the original sin. I called it. But you could do it, and it was I'm like, oh. It was back when they said you could literally said if you could think of a standing finisher, you could basically make it.
Oh, mine at the time was great too because it was set. It was the pedigree setup.
Yep.
So I double underhook, and then I would release that, pick them up into a power bomb, then drape them over my shoulder, and then put them into a tombstone, and then set them back down, and give them a DDT. Mine was just called, huh? Mine.
I can't.
It was just because it was the full drop them right into the pedigree motion. Pause, point at the crowd like Triple H just before really hitting it. Then flip them up into the last ride, lift them way up, hold them for a second, and then drop them onto your shoulders. Then move them into a pin. It was just because it was the setup for, it was just okay, I want the setup for the pedigree.
Yeah.
I want the setup for the last ride.
But I want to do a DDT.
I want the setup for an F5. And then we're just going to give them a DDT. Oh, then a setup for a tombstone. Then just give them a DDT. It was just so gentle because it was just
But that's the thing.
All right,
you would
set them into the tombstone. Now put them back down.
But that's the thing. You would if you had them up here, you would put them right to your shoulders.
It wasn't a set down and then move.
No,
them.
that's what came later, and they say if you can think of it, you can do it. I'm like, no, you can't. That's the final thing. I'm like, no, you can't.
Nope.
I can't do the one I made there, and I still could not make it in the last version we had in a WWE game, the Twisted Mind, which is basically Kenny King's finisher out there. But he sits down when he does it. Mine is basically you just do a twirl right into a rock bottom power slam.
Nice.
But you're still standing. You just boom. Couldn't make that in any of the games. But anyway, no, that's not coming back that we know of. It is. I'll give you one more guess.
GM mode.
Yes, that's the rumored.
Look, I'm going to be honest. It was not my favorite thing in the game. It was kind of cool to book the show, allow it to play out,
Yeah,
and or play the show.
and playing the show wasn't as much fun.
No, because you really had to worry about whether or not you were going to get... Because sometimes you could, like, think you had the greatest match ever,
Yeah.
and they go back and look at it and be like, so that was the lowest rated match
Yeah.
in the thing. It was a 15-minute squash match where everyone was doing flippy shit. It was amazing. And they're like, somehow in the game, we're not cool with that. It's like...
Yeah.
And then I set up a, like... 2 huge big men brawl,
Yeah.
which was going to be, you know, a first blood match, because I was like, I need ratings. I set up that, and that is set for 5 minutes, and it becomes one of the biggest rated moments. I'm like, all right, WWE, small, fast, flippy shit, guys. Clearly, you're gonna always tell us we'll never be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's gonna happen again. You know it. If you put the Cruiserweight Championship as your main event on like Raw or SmackDown, it'll be the worst rated part of your show.
Oh, probably. But like that was a problem with GMO. And like GMO when it first came out, it was cool because it was something we had never gotten in a wrestling game before.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun. I mean, it was also the same year we got Andre the Giant back.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, I put Andre versus Big Show. Got nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
that would get some rating.
That should have gotten some ratings.
That would have gotten a good rating. Yes, it would have been a boring match, but people would have tuned in to see that.
Yes.
For it, because people loved Andre. Andre's matches were not the most entertaining, but just watching him do his thing.
I kept re-signing Mick Foley. Like over and like
Yeah.
any chance, because him being a legend at the time, you could only sign him for a short period.
Yeah.
But it would be like, okay, I'm putting you in every hardcore match for the next 4 months that I have you, every week, against somebody. And it would be amazing. Like, I'd be getting huge ratings off from him.
Yeah.
But you could only sign him for a short period of time.
Yeah, it's just like, so hopefully, if this rumor is true, we'll be getting GM mode. Here's what I want out of GM mode. First off, it needs to be incorporated into Universal mode.
Yes.
Not a separate mode. Because it should be simple as of, you go into the options setting and we're going, no, we're turning on GM mode.
Yep.
And it adds, unlocks other features.
Yep.
Which personally, it just makes you should be able to focus on ticket prices, and other things. Oh, by the way, even if it's a separate mode, which it shouldn't be, you better be able to have more than 3 rivalries.
Wow. By the way, that's not where the mic is for, you know, WWE. By the way, WWE isn't making the game.
But they're paying something. They had someone giving them
They're
money.
licensing the material.
I know, but they still have sway over it.
Well, yeah, I mean, what was it, 2 years ago that Triple H while promoting that, they couldn't make him look bad at all. I mean, you could beat him up in the game, but during all the promo stuff, couldn't be shown on his back.
Yep.
Couldn't be shown with blood. Couldn't be shown losing.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Totally understand it. I understand it.
So it's one of those things where it'll be interesting to see, but it needs to be better than what it was. But we have hope, though, because this is 2K. They have baseball and basketball, and they've been doing it for a very long time.
And honestly, 2K19 is a great game. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Still.
So it's one of those things where it's like, they know how to do a good GM mode for those sports. If they just take those concepts and put them into the WWE game and just tweak it so it fits wrestling, you'll have a great GM mode.
Yeah. I am asking for one more thing, though.
What's that?
The ability to take your My Player and transfer them into the regular roster of everything else in the game.
Yes, because that's the other thing in other
I don't want to have
sports
to recreate my character to be able to use them in my promotion.
That's the thing, like, because in any of these other sports games, EA games, I don't know about 2K games, because I've never played any 2K sports game outside of WWE, but in all the EA sports games, if you make a character for career mode,
You could use them in GM mode.
They can still be used in other modes.
Yeah.
You don't have to recreate them, which makes sense. So yes, 2K, you need to fix that because that was a major problem.
I mean, right now I have Biff Stryker, Lord Big Ham Biff Stryker, who I can't use in the New England Wrestling Alliance, even though he's the one who put the money up for it.
But yeah, so it's just one thing that definitely needs to change. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this going forward. If these rumors turn out to be true, it makes sense for them to do a woman on the cover at this time.
Yeah,
it's made such a big deal about women's wrestling. WWE has, it should do.
Even though we all know Stephanie McMahon created women's wrestling,
and if don't forget women's tag team wrestling.
Oh, and women's tag team wrestling.
But she did not make bra and panties matches.
No,
that was not Stephanie McMahon.
No, it was not.
Oh, that was Vince Russo. Dude, that was Baron Corbin.
Yes, Baron Corbin. Everything bad is Baron
Corbin's fault. So the only time will tell. We'll see what was this, but it makes sense. And hopefully, the other thing in story mode, we'll get a women's option as well.
Yeah, that would be great.
So
all right. Well, after we complain for so long and whatnot, it's time for us to say goodnight. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night.
Your face.
Good night. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, actually, Tim, this is your thing. You're supposed to close out the show. I was going right into it.
I know, like taking my job away. I have my only roles are two things in this company: close out the show and insult your face.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before you go, you clearly made it an hour and a half into our news program, so go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Boom.
And since it's right there, hit the subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring the bell.
Ding, ding.
Get bent.
Yes.
And then go down and comment.
About my face.
Yes. Come up with a better insult for Adam's face. I know it's going to be hard because you haven't seen it, but trust me.
There's a picture of it out there.
This picture is the most horrifying thing you could possibly think of. Then multiply by 1 billion. Then a trillion.
I hate you.
And then
I hate you so much.
Add to
you know what?
Add to the 35th billionth power.
Charlene, could you cut the power to the episode? Thank you.
We're still live. So, but anyway, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on what we talked about. And again, Adam, your face looks like Thanos' chin.